Hey, this is Hans from Dakota Angler and Outfitter in Rapid City, South Dakota. Today we're going to tie a Mercury midge. Great fly to get started tying trout flies because it's so darn effective, but it's also a very easy fly to tie and probably one of the most useful patterns on any trout water here in the United States anyway, especially in my neck of the woods in the Black Hills of South Dakota. What we're going to do to start this fly is just cross the thread at an angle to the hook, start a couple of wraps, and then start working back and cross over that tag end of thread. Once you've done that, trim off your excess. Get your thread secured to the hook. We're going to take some copper wire. You can vary the colors of this pattern simply by changing the color of your thread and even changing the color of your wire. This particular color pattern, I'm using cream thread and copper wire. It creates a fly that we like to call a cream midge in our neck of the woods, and it's a very effective color pattern, but you could just as easily do black and silver or any number of colors. What I'm going to do is start tying and just grab that copper wire that's up by the glass bead at the front of the hook and just make nice touching tight wraps back down to the bend of the hook, and we'll just make touching tight wraps all the way forward. You can spin your bobbin a little bit to flatten out the thread so it doesn't make such a tight ribbed look. Now that we've got that thread work done, we can take our copper wire, just start making spiraling wraps forward, creating our segmentation and our ribbing. You can see I've already should have mentioned earlier, we got a glass bead threaded on the hook. This is a scud style hook or a merger style hook. Now as we get to the front, I can hold that wire forward with my right hand, flip the bobbin over a couple times with my left to make sure that some thread is crossed over the wire, trim off the excess wire. Make a couple additional wraps over the top of that tag end of wire. And now, to finish the fly, this is it, but it catches a lot of fish. All you need to do is your whip finish behind the glass bead. And to finish the fly, just make it a bit more durable. Take a little bit of head cement to cover up your thread wraps and just cement everything together. Just take and put a little bit of head cement. You can even put it further back on the fly if you just want to kind of make sure everything is going to soak up a little bit of that head cement and prevent it from fraying a little easier. So that's it. That's the finished fly. If you want to add on to the fly a little bit, you can make a variation. It's not a huge variation, but take a little darker colored dubbing. I'll take some dark brown or dark black ice dubbing, and you can dub. I've left my thread on for this purpose so I can show you the variation. But we can just put a little bit of a little dubbed collar there or thorax right behind the bead. That just gives it a little bit more bulk, kind of gives it the two-tone color where you've got a darker thorax with a lighter abdomen you see on a lot of naturals. Then once you've done that dubbed thorax, you can trim off your excess thread, and there you've got a variation on that pattern. A lot of times I just omit the dubbing. Doesn't seem to be that necessary. I use this white or cream and copper coloration a lot. That's a very, very effective color for me. And probably the next best colors would be a copper and olive combination and a silver and black combination, still with a pearl glass bead on the front. Again, I'm Hans from Dakota Angler and Outfitter in Rapid City, South Dakota, and we just finished tying a Mercury midge or glass bead midge, or in our neck of the woods this color combination is called a cream midge. But whatever you do, tie a whole bunch of these, you're going to catch a lot of fish. You can check this video and other videos out at our website, flyfishsd.com, and you can also purchase the materials to tie these flies at flyfishsd.com. Thanks for watching.